Hello, people. It's Just Wingin It podcast coming back at you again. So I adjust my computer so you can see my beautiful hair. Now that we're on YouTube, I have a mullet. It's better than Josh. Josh
Had an afro.
he had nice hair and he chopped it all off.
Look at the difference right there.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
But notice how you still can't hear me.
Yeah, but, you know, something you guys haven't mentioned is how mad Josh's girlfriend was after he got his haircut.
Maybe I'm just really loud. There we go. There's a
Tell us
lot of
about
people
that,
really
Josh.
mad.
Yeah.
Actually,
Tell us.
I went and learned a few things, and I learned that a lot of people love my hair. What? I learned that all of the old people, like 60 plus, they love it. I have 2 teachers, and they were like, "Yeah, epic." And one of them said I should have gotten even a little shorter. And all the other people, including the teachers who were like 30 or 20, they all said they miss my hair and that I should have kept it. And then all my friends said that I should have.
Dude, Taylor's about to break that mic because he's got a
I
shot
should've kept it.
Talk.
and it's still over there messing with
You
it.
guys are getting closer to me.
Now I can't listen to Josh.
I know you guys don't like when we talk about our technical difficulties, but you know sometimes people don't listen to the producer.
Every time I
It's
got
unfortunate, but
every time
it's just the way
No.
it is.
when I got an iPhone, when I got
Wait, no.
You guys-
Go back to your story about your hair and how your girlfriend reacted to that new haircut. I don't care about them teachers.
she threatened me with a lot of things.
What'd she
Like-
tell you?
Death.
She said, "You ever cut your hair like that again, I will kill you."
Well, yeah, I promised that I wouldn't do this because I mean she saw me before when I had it, and there's plenty of pictures of me with my lovely short hair from before,
Man.
and I'm back.
She was into that long hair. Come on, that's the
So was
reason.
I miss my hair.
Well,
I think Josh, the perfect hair for you is long, but like to where you can see.
Yeah, I want to see. No,
Yeah.
so my issue
Yeah.
was I would eat food and my hair would get in my food, and I would have to go and wash my hair afterwards. That was my issue.
Nice.
they do a ponytail, you know?
Ponytail.
Well, run.
Man bun, something.
I needed a hair tie. I knew I needed a hair tie.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna buy
That's
you that headband. I forgot.
Did never happened. You can this time. I'm
I
not
was gonna
gonna.
say I
I'll
have
have
a
my
few
hair
months.
cut short.
Well, the story is I've gone to the same barber for I don't know 10 years.
Since he was a baby.
Not a baby.
Hey, 9 years old, you're a baby.
No, you're halfway through childhood.
You're a baby. He's still a baby. He's still my baby.
But
He's still
the thing is,
My big
Josh,
Josh.
stop stroking. The thing is, so I'm like, Josh, you gotta come, and then he wouldn't, and then finally he did. If I got a haircut with him, so I told him I was, but then I decided I didn't need one yet, so then I didn't. So I just sat there and watched him get a haircut,
And
and the barber's all like, "Oh no, not another guy with long hair. I'm not cutting his hair." And I said, "No, man, just make him look nice." Now this barber specializes in a fade, but he's licensed. He can do anything.
but he's like,
He cuts my mullet, okay? So I told Josh, like, just tell him what you want. And then he's like, "You want me to cut behind the ear? You want me to shave this? You want to do that? Do that?" And Josh is like, "Yes,
there's
yes."
no shade.
And then-
Hold on.
And then all his hair disappears, and I'm sitting there in shock, like, "Josh, why did you authorize all of that when you knew that's
Okay.
not what you wanted?"
No, this isn't.
And then he comes out, it's too short, and his girlfriend doesn't like it, and it's not my barber's fault.
This isn't.
My
this
barber
isn't
did
what happened.
what he was told.
This isn't what happened. What happened was there's no word of shave. It's scissors only. And I was like, I don't want it sticking past my ears like it is, and I don't want it in my eyes. Now it's not the barber's fault either, really, because with my hair, because it's curly, and you can't really tell how curly it is. But once it gets wet, I mean, it's freaky how long it was. It was down to my chin. So he got it wet, and he cut it to where I asked him to cut it. But when it dried,
Yeah.
that's when it was.
That's
too
a
short.
problem I had with him too in the past.
Yeah,
was
well,
that he would cut it and then it would just be too short because it's curly. But
yeah. So I mean,
now I
it
just
is what
stop
it
and
is.
trim it.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time I just ask him for a trim.
He'll grow back.
Tell him how much.
I did. He did cut off that much.
It will grow back. Josh.
Well, next time tell him less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tell people less each time.
I mean, you know, it's the same with maybe not every barber, but this barber, the more you go, the more you get to know what you want, and so.
He was funny. He talked about some naughty things about Taylor.
naughty things, huh? What, Josh? Put him on the spot,
okay,
Josh.
hold on. Josh was all like, he has more pictures of me than his wife on his phone, which is not true.
So it's like,
Dude, that is just.
I have like 3,000 pictures of Giovanna and maybe 200 of Josh. It's a huge difference, but yeah, there's
Okay,
more
but
of
you
Josh
don't know
than
why
like
this came up.
anyone else.
the reason why this came up was
Because I
because he
was
took a
taking-
photo
yeah.
of me, and I was like,
It looked like George Washington.
you see that? Yabu just took a picture of you, and I had to say something. So I was like, there's more pictures of me than his wife. And then he said some choosable words about what you were going to do with that photo later.
It's not, no, Josh. I do not send it to people. So.
No, you weren't going to send it.
I'm trying to save the audience's mind, Josh, from my barber who. Okay.
Okay, let's move on. So this weekend, Taylor, tell us a little bit about the retreat, man. We were on a retreat this weekend.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Let's talk about something else.
Man, you
No,
serious? You got to hang out with
yeah.
your father-in-law? Make fun of him a little bit?
I did.
No, that was
I
me.
didn't make fun of him. I'm a nice little boy.
No. So, yeah, so he's got a new nickname. I mean, it
yeah.
was, but now it's official.
Shrimp.
He's the shrimp.
Why?
Why?
Because he always sends shrimp emojis, and he's been promising for like 4 or 5 years apparently that he's going to bring shrimp to church, and he hasn't.
Yeah, so, Luis, if you ever hear this,
We didn't have him on. He was supposed to be on.
yeah, we're going to have him on. So we can talk about how you broke his heart by taking his little girl.
Okay, guys, you do not know how uncomfortable it is sitting there in service, and every time he references marriage, he starts to cry, and then when he's done crying, he looks at me.
You broke his heart.
It's just like, what is this? Nothing like this is like, what? Okay.
It's all
Like, what do you want me to do? Am I supposed to look at him? Am I supposed to look somewhere else?
I would have sipped my coffee.
I might have had a water, had it, but
Hey, I would have looked right at
I'll
him.
sip your
Hey, I would have looked right at him and smiled like, yes, right, baby. I took you.
You could have held up the heart.
hearts for the audience, Josh, right?
Oh, yeah.
We can do it together.
Hey, you know what you should have told him? You should have said, hey, that's what you get for not bringing shrimp, cuz.
If you brought shrimp, I wouldn't have liked your daughter.
No.
It's a price you had to pay.
Shrimp for your daughter.
To all of you, quick topic change. We mentioned this. To all you Spotify listeners, if you have premium, you're going to get your monthly plan raised. Possibly.
What do you know about this, Josh? What's the inside info?
I saw it on Instagram.
Okay, I just think they're being greedy because,
Well, they're
I
different.
mean,
What's it going up
obviously, there's enough.
They haven't said yet. It was just like
Probably
the rate
11 or
it said.
12.99, but it's like they complain too much about people who share their accounts and they're like it's stealing, and yeah, but then like you say we're gonna crack down on this, and then like every week they send an alert like you should get a duo plan or a family, and then you can just dismiss it and ignore it. It's like you're not cracking down on anything. You're just sending an annoying message that no one listens to.
And, well, okay,
It's dumb.
if they raise it to Apple price, Apple is better quality. This is the only reason why they have more people than Apple.
That's one
it's
Apple
cheaper.
product I think is harder to navigate. I will admit they both have different songs. Like, not entirely, but there's some songs that one has, the other doesn't and stuff. Neither of them has Garth Brooks though, so it's a little fortunate now. Yeah.
Hey, did you ever tell him about your Garth Brooks face, dude?
As a child,
Yes, as a child.
I don't normally speak about my toddlerhood.
I mean, you're still like basically a toddler, but
My
still.
toddler.
Yes, sir.
Why do you keep stroking my arm?
I just know you secretly enjoy it.
It's gross. Anyways, sports related. Did you see that? What's his name? Phil Jackson. You see what he said about the NBA?
No.
Well, he was saying that he hasn't watched it since like the middle of 2020 when it got too political. He said, and he said it was funny watching it with his grandkids when equal opportunity would pass the ball to justice because they could put their slogans on the back instead of their name.
Oh my
And
god.
people got mad at him.
Well, he's right, but
it's like, imagine how far off you have to go for one of the legendary coaches to not care about the league anymore. That's
Right.
pretty crazy.
no. But I stopped watching the NBA as much as I used to because it's soft now. Now, I mean, you barely breathe close to somebody and it's a foul. And if you actually touch them, you get ejected. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, and I think LeBron ruined everything too. But
I don't blame LeBron. I blame Steph Curry.
I
Why?
blame people.
Why?
LeBron did it first.
He did what first?
He brought all his friends onto his team. And
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
No, that's what I'm talking.
I'm talking big picture, like, overall.
What do you think?
Like, I mean, because now it's soft. Like, back in the day when I started watching, with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and all them guys, they'd fight on the court. And they get like a technical and they keep on playing. Ain't nobody getting ejected. Now, you touch somebody and boom, you're gone. And you hit them a little too hard, so you're going to get suspended for an extra game. Okay.
So, what do you think about alternative leagues that are more conservative?
Nah,
Do you
that won't
think-
work.
Well, not about them working or not, but do you think that would be an overall good or an overall bad?
I mean, it'd be good, but I mean, once you're already the top league in the world, I mean, you ain't gonna have no match. Like right now, there's two football leagues that are trying to start up: the XFL, and then I forget what the other one was.
Yeah.
And like, I have zero interest of even looking at the scores of the XFL.
I would if they had a
Could
team
care
here.
less.
I looked into it and thought it was cool, but all the teams are like in Texas.
I mean, like arena football. I mean,
a lot of people say arena football is fun.
it's fun if you go there. But are you looking to? Okay, like the Arizona Rattlers have won like 3 championships. Did you ever think, oh, hey, I want to go watch this game, or oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch this game on TV?
If I could find it on TV.
No.
Maybe. But
Didn't cross nobody's mind. That's what I'm saying. Is like once you already have it like college football and NFL. That's
yeah, but
it. The NBA.
the
I
reason
don't
we
even
have
like
the
to watch
Super Bowl
college
is
that much.
because the American Football League started up, and it wasn't even significant competition to the NFL. It was just popular as well. It wasn't anywhere near as popular, but they still had a merger, and now we have the Super Bowl.
Right.
But
I mean, one of those leagues was gonna have to take supremacy. So it just takes so long. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if there was somebody that had enough money to start a basketball league, it'd take 20, 30 years before it could even compete with the NBA.
But we don't
it
need
lasted
it
that
to
long.
compete with the NBA.
Of course you do. Why not? Isn't that the point?
If someone started a league and it was played how it used to play, wouldn't you personally watch that instead of the NBA?
No, because I'm not done with basketball. I don't want to watch basketball on TV no more. If it could be a whole different new league or whatever, different rules, I just don't care for it no more. I've lost the love because I loved basketball growing up. Loved basketball, but once you lose the love for something, it's like, why am I gonna go back to it? Like if soccer,
I feel like
right now
your
we're
thought process makes no sense.
well, maybe not, but like if we're really into soccer right now, and if I lose interest in soccer, why am I gonna go back?
I left the NFL for like 2 years, and now I'm getting back into it.
But that's you.
I mean, interest. Like it's like if ate chicken for a week, and then you lost interest in eating chicken. And
No,
so you
dude,
didn't eat
no.
chicken for 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, you're like, oh, I want chicken.
That's completely different. That's just you don't want to eat chicken because that's happened to me at the house because
It's like you
your
don't
mom
want to
loves
watch
pizza.
basketball.
And you guys love pizza. We ate pizza like 5 days in a row. And I was like, no more pizza. For like 2 weeks, I don't want no more pizza. So that doesn't mean I didn't. No. I was tired of
So
eating
were
pizza.
you interested in pizzas?
Yeah, I love pizza.
I think
I just didn't want to
you
eat
lose
it.
the love for something, right? Like you lose the interest for a short time, but you lose the love forever.
There you go, Josh. There you go. So I still look up at the scores and see how the Lakers are doing. That's my team.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not going to sit there and watch a game. Probably. Maybe if they made it to the finals, but not even. Probably not even then. I'll probably just keep following the scores, watching highlights. That's it. That's like I'm not interested in just watching the whole game or whatever.
I watched Kobe's last game. Scored 65.
And what did I do?
Didn't watch it.
My favorite player of all time. I lost interest. I don't have no
Oof.
interest in going back. Me. You watching? If I would have had interest in watching it, I'd have watched it.
That was like 5-6 years ago.
I understand. I've been watching an NBA game in 10 years
Well, yeah.
or more.
Kobe was still alive, and when he said that, yeah, the NBA sucked now because he couldn't do anything.
Right.
But yeah.
So
Anyways, you said you had something to say in James that took more than 4 minutes.
oh Lord, I forgot already.
It's about Elijah. James chapter 5, verse 17. To recap, on chapter 16, I'm not allowed here, according to Josh. Confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. And then verse 17 says, what's it say, Josh?
Elijah was a man with nature like ours, and he prayed earnestly that it would not rain. And it did not rain on the land for 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth produced its fruits.
Such a smooth voice.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say, and this to me is it just shows us how Elijah, who ended up being taken to heaven, right, in the fiery chariot. Is that what you want to call it? Is that what we want to call it? Is that what it was?
Is that what the Bible calls it?
I'm not sure. Go look.
Maybe fiery chariot.
I mean, it's fire. Chariot of fire, yeah, okay. So he got taken up to heaven like that, so we know that. But we see here that he prayed and it stopped raining. And then he prayed, I think it was about 3 years later, if I remember the story correctly, and it started to rain again, right? So he was a very, very faithful man. To the point, like we just said, that God took him alive to heaven. And it's believed that he will come back. But anyways, like a lot of humans are like, they get down on themselves, they make a little mistake, they sin, and a lot of times, instead of coming back to God and asking for forgiveness or whatever, they just fall away. But if you know the story of Elijah, like I was telling you, it just shows us how even the most faithful people can fall into that. Because if you follow the story, when this happened, the king there, forget his name, my memory is awful for those that don't know, but most of y'all already know. He told him, you know what, I'm going to kill you, cuz. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to have your head. Right?
Yeah.
And so Elijah got all scared and he went and he hid in the caves. You telling me you just prayed and it stopped raining and you prayed and it started to rain again and you're going to be scared of a human being? You just slaughtered like 250,
That's like 400.
a lot of priests, and you're afraid of the king? Are you kidding me? We fall into that all the time. At least I do. Doubt will creep into me. And I'll start to fall into a little bit of depression because, like, Lord, I'm supposed to be faithful and follow you and this and that. And God has to remind me, you are my child. I've already defeated the enemy. You don't have to listen to that voice. And that gets me out of it. It gets me out of whatever depression or whatever, negative thoughts I'm having. And it brings me back to God and knowing that He is all powerful, and He is in control over everything. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to talk about that is if you struggle with that, if you struggle with sometimes, just doubting, don't doubt. I know we all do it. We just see that Elijah did. But I believe that's why Jesus in the Bible, one of the phrases that he used more than any other phrase was do not fear. Do not fear. God is in control. And one thing that I like Raul Rios a lot, and one of the things that he says is, when he's been in these situations in Colombia or wherever, he's gone, they tell him, hey, we're going to kill you. And his response is, hey, go ahead. You're doing me a favor. You're sending me with Jesus. And I believe we just all need to have that mentality. It's hard. It's hard. It's not very easy. That's why most of us struggle with that. But, just put your faith in God, trust God, and come to Him with any needs you have. Come to Him in prayer. Don't try to do it by yourself. I, for a long time, tried to do everything by myself. And Taylor will tell you, because I'd be like, hey, I don't want to have any friends. I don't need to have any friends. I'm good. I'm good like this. But no, I needed other men to come alongside me and pray for me and encourage me, like we all do. Dead air.
I've never really had anything to say on these verses other than I like what you said, but Jesus says, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, then you can move a mountain. So I think Elijah probably had at least the faith of a mustard seed. I don't really got much more of that.
Yeah, I like, it's really just an example demonstrating the last verse. It says the effective for every righteous man availeth much. And then it's showing how Elijah's prayer affected the world, his surroundings, Israel. I think that's important to note. So yeah. And I guess.
So are we gonna finish off? We're not gonna finish off.
Okay. Those are some
20 minutes at least on the last.
Yes, y'all be ready next week.
Yeah. The grand finale of Jabez.
The book of the Bible.
Santiago.
I get a smile every time I see there's a James. You go to James when we're reading the Bible in the study. I cheered, actually. They scrolled through it before service. I saw James. I was like, yeah!
Hey, what about Peter?
Peter's cool, but he's not James.
Yeah.
James was
Of course not,
Jesus'
he's
brother.
Yeah.
They don't get much cooler than
He was
that.
like half.
You know what?
Half Jesus.
No.
You know what? You're actually right. And it's very interesting how I believe to a certain extent that like his whole family thought. Well, there's a passage where it shows that his whole family thought he was crazy, but I don't think any of them really believed that he was the Savior until he died, until afterwards. But for his brother to realize, and then for God, for Jesus, the Holy Spirit to give him, the words to write this book is amazing. That's awesome. Now imagine if he would have been a follower the whole time. It'd been crazy, but he couldn't have been because what did Jesus say? What is it? Is it? I can't remember exactly what it is. There's no prophet without honor in his home, except. I gotta find that.
While you do that,
Let's see if I can find that in the next 2 minutes.
I like the book so much because, I find every verse is meaningful. Even though I just said I don't really got much on 18, or 17 and 18. But it's written to already believers. They were Jewish, but like that means just I can personally take in a lot from that.
Yeah. Interesting.
And all the
Well, that was a short passage, but it didn't fit last week, and next week doesn't fit this week. So, yeah, send questions to our new email, which is justwingingitforchrist@icloud.com.
why do we get to do it?
That way it had the name in it, and I made a new YouTube channel, as most of you viewing now, that has the name Just Winging It instead of On Wings Like Eagles. So it's just
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but because we're running out of time, and I found the scripture here.
here.
Yeah, Luke 4:24 says, and this is Jesus' words, "Truly I tell you, no prophet is accepted in his own hometown."
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what that is right there.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's not like me. Like it's not because I'm a prophet. I'm nowhere near that. And I know there's no modern day prophets, but like when I talk, well, I mean, there's people that have the gift of prophecy. Yeah, but
Yeah, whenever people are like teaching that, prophecy nowadays is just forth-telling, like just proclaiming the word. Like, no,
it's not.
literally,
I know
is
guys.
it Amos or Joel? It's like your young men will dream dreams and your
Yes.
old men will see visions.
Yes.
Like, what do you make of those verses then?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
So yeah, no. I believe that gift exists. I just don't believe like there's a prophet. Like I can't say, hey, Prophet Josh. I don't believe. But I mean, I guess you call that a person who gets his vision because I know there is. I've talked to several. But anyways, yeah. When I talk to people in my family, my brothers, sisters, man, they just throw rocks at me. But it's all right. I love them, and I'll never stop talking to them about Jesus because that's what it's all about.
So this week we're gonna get a new sound from Josh that he has never made before in his life. Is that right, Josh?
Maybe.
So Josh, describe the sound you want to make right now.
Majestical.
Majestical.
I say milk. I learned it's milk. But yeah, I'll make this sound.
Majestical?
Majestical.
Okay.
Oh, will do milk.
Goodbye, people.